What's up, y'all? Let's talk. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little story time. Since I'm bored and I got a little time to wait. I actually did a story time before on this a few years ago, but I deleted the video. I don't think I ever posted it to, these social medias. But anyway, so I was talking to this guy and he was an older guy. We was kicking it or whatever. But this one particular night, I was supposed to come over his house. Mind you, I had already been over his house before. I spent the night over there. But this particular night, I go over there and he like, let's just go get a room. And I'm already like, lights going off like, I said, get a room for what? He was like, the air conditioning, it ain't working, it is hot. And I'm thinking to myself like, it don't feel hot in this motherfucker. It ain't stuffy, nothing. I'm like, okay. And then he was like, you gonna drive? And bitch, if you know me, I do not like fucking driving. I'm like, hell no, I'm not. He was like, all right, cool. I drive your truck. So I'm like, okay, it was something wrong, but I'm like, oh, because we were just kicking it anyways. Ain't no reason for me to be like, motherfucker, what nothing. Okay, so we go get the room or whatever. His phone is going off, blowing up. So I'm laughing. I'm like, why you ain't answering your phone? Because according to him, he was a single man. He wasn't talking to nobody. He like, oh, that's a job I just did. They think I'm finna come back and blah, 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 blah. I ain't believe that shit, but I was like, okay. The phone continued to ring, and I think he turned it off. So we get the room or whatever. We spend the night in the room. We do whatever we do. I mean, it was cool, I think I started to like him a little bit more that night, because, bitch, you will kill me with a fake. But he was a nice guy, though, for real. He was, for real. Okay, so we spend the night in the room. What do? We get up next morning. He like, you want to go get the kids some donuts. I was like, nah, just go home. So as we going home, I think his phone, I don't know if he was checking messages or his phone rang. He answered it, something like that. But he wasn't talking. He was just like, listening. And then I look over, he steady looking in the rearview mirror. And I'm like, And I see a car behind us it's like the car was following us or something. He still ain't saying shit, so shit, I ain't had no reason to think nothing else. Then all of a sudden, that car sped the fuck up and got in front of us. And the bitch got in front of us and stopped. So he had to slam on the brakes. I'm like, who is this motherfucking psycho bitch? At this point, he still ain't said shit. So this motherfucking woman get out the car and like, oh, that's why you couldn't answer your motherfucking phone. Because you with a bitch. Bitch, I dropped my head like, I looked at him like, so this is what we doing? Because again, he said he didn't have no woman. He was single. So I'm assuming we wouldn't have these kind of problems. So he still ain't saying shit. He just leans over to try to give me a hug. He was like, I'm going to just go and get out. You know what I'm saying? And he leaned over to hug me while this woman at the window like, I'm like, this motherfucker crazy. I was like, a hug. Because at this point, I'm looking like, you'd have put me in this position for nothing when you could have been straight. But okay, he gets out the car. So I get out. I get in the driver's seat or whatever. She's yelling at him. I don't know where the fuck he went. He just started walking. So he started walking. I get in my car. She trying to flag me down. I roll my window down. She like, see, yeah, I knew, same shit. I knew he was with a bitch. I said, look, I don't know you. You don't know me. I ain't calling you out your... And then she was like, but I'm just saying, because see, I told him, I ain't got time for this. Now I'm going to have to go to the clinic and give me a checkup. Did y'all use a condom? I'm looking like, what, man? I said, look, anything you need to know, you need to ask him. And she proceeded to ask me another question. I said, this, again, whatever you want to know, go ask him. So I ended up pulling off and going on about my business, right? I didn't hear from this nigga probably like a week. So when I finally talked to him, I don't know if I called him or he called me, what it was. But this nigga was mad at me. He was like, you didn't even call to check on me. I'm like, I'm thinking call to check on you. Like, you put me in this bullshit. You could just been straight up. He was like, she took my gun and she maced me and you just went on about your way and didn't even try to call and check on me or nothing. First of all, how the fuck I'm supposed to know what happened? I left. You volunteered to get your happy ass up out the car. Still didn't say nothing, no arguments like, I'm not with you, like, this my friend nothing. So what the fuck am I supposed to assume here? But, you know, I ain't fuck with him no more. You know, I probably called on him a couple times. That's why I say he was a really nice guy. You know, if I needed something done, looked at my car, he'll come. If I need them, you know, some few dollars for some groceries, like he'll come. I wasn't fucking none. He was getting tired of that shit. He was like, shit, I might as well go pay for some ass at this. If I'm just gonna be giving you some money, the good old days.